So let's have a look at something that's pretty cool that I can use in Outlook, and that is a quick poll, and that's from Microsoft Forms. So I've done a lot of videos about Forms Pro. The difference with this, it's basically going into Forms. It's not going into the Common Data Service, so you're not going to be able to find these as entities, as records to where you can then trigger things with flows. It's just the ability to go ahead and add something into Outlook that you can send out and ask people to answer a single question. So if I go to Outlook, I've started a new email. I'm going to click on the ellipsis here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Get Add-ins. So this is something I'm going to add to my Outlook. So I'm going to do Quick Poll, and we've got it here, Quick Poll by Microsoft Forms. So if we just scroll down a little bit, we can see the description here. We've got Microsoft Quick Poll is an add-in for Outlook users who sign in with a work or school account. With Quick Poll, you can create a real-time poll in seconds in the body of your Outlook email, add questions and options for single or multiple answers. Once you send the message, recipients vote directly in email or click on a handy included link and vote in a browser window. You can then instantly check poll results in the voting card. Alright, so let's go ahead, and all we're going to do is click on Add at the top. It's then just giving us a little sort of indicator that it says when composing your emails, you've got the add-in. You can click on that to launch a rich content editor, so where you can actually put in your question that you want to be having answered. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we'll see that this has already been added. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this as well. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we will see how we create a quick poll. Okay, so I'm going to send a quick poll to my two friends, Ryan McLean and Sarah Lagerquist, which I probably pronounce her last name appallingly. Sorry, Sarah. So what we're going to do is we have a meeting that we're going to be planning. We just need to have everybody vote to say, well, where do we want to actually have this meeting? So I've got them in my email in the to, and I'm going to go ahead and click my new button that's appeared for the quick poll. And let's go ahead and say, where shall we have our next meeting? And I'm going to go ahead and put in the options. So we'll say London, we'll say Stockholm, we will say Edinburgh. And we'll also say New York as well. Alright, so we've put in our options. We can say we want someone to have the ability to select multiple answers, so someone could pick more than one thing. Let's go ahead and leave it as that and see if they want to request different places, and we'll see what the winner is. So I'm going to go ahead and say insert the poll into the email. Now when I do this, notice that it's populated me into the CC. So whoever's sending this out, you'll be put in the CC, and that's because you're going to get a copy of this as well, and you can vote on the poll too. So I'm going to go ahead and we will click send. And this should come through. There we go. And what we've got is the subject has got the name of the poll. So poll, where shall we have our next meeting? And I now have the ability to say, right, well, actually, I don't mind going to London, I don't mind going to New York, but yeah, we'll just go with those two. So I have the ability to vote, so I can go ahead and click vote. And what will happen is I will immediately see those responses within the email in that card. Now what's going to happen for the two people, for Sarah and for Ryan, who I sent this to, they're going to actually just get this vote here because they're not within the same organization as myself. So those in the same organization will get the card that we see here. Other people will see the link and they'll get to vote in the browser, to where if I click on that link, we'll see that it gives them that option there, and they have to put in their email address so we know who it is. Those within the same organization, obviously they don't need to put in the email, we know who they are, but anyone outside will get this screen and have to put it in this way. They can also view the results as well, so they can see what's popular, what's the most requested one. We can also see what I voted on, so we can see they're voted. And then we see that, oh, Sarah is quick, she wants to go to Stockholm, and that's where near to where she lives. So the other thing, let's go ahead and look at where this is actually getting created. So if I go ahead and let's refresh this page, I'm now in forms.office.com. So here we can see we've got where shall we have our next meeting. Now notice that there's an icon, and we've got a little icon here that shows that this is an Outlook quick poll. If I hover my mouse over this one, that's a Forms Pro survey, and those without an icon, that is a regular form. So the sort of classic older Microsoft form, that's not going to have an icon. So we can see the difference between the two. Alright, so we'll give that a moment, we'll get some more results in, and then we'll come back and look and see what the results will actually look like. Okay, so we're looking back now at our form that's come in to forms.office.com. We can now see we've got 5 responses. So let's go ahead and have a look. So if I click into it, what we're going to see is that this is actually a form that cannot be edited. It's a quick poll form. We can see the question, and if I click on responses, here we can see all of the responses in the that have been all of the responses that have been received for this specific poll. Now what's really nice is that this will update real time, so if anyone fills this out when you're looking at it, you'll be able to see the graph will actually refresh. We'll be able to see that other people have voted. So we can see there that we've got 5 responses, the average time to complete, and that this is active. If I click on view results, I'll be able to see each person that's responded and what responses they gave. So we can see there my original ones. We can then see Sarah has voted for Stockholm. We can see Ryan voted for Edinburgh. We can see that Ryan then really wants it to be Edinburgh, so has voted again. Oh, and again, he's really desperate for us to come to Edinburgh. So those are the responses we can see for now. Let's go back. Oh, and actually in the meantime, it looks like someone else has been busy and wants it to be Stockholm. So we can see our responses. If I then go ahead and click on more details, here we can see all of the times that these desperate people have voted and want it to be in their city. So really cool that we can see that updated real time. Another thing that we can do is we can go ahead and we can delete the responses, we can print the summary, or we can create a summary link. So if I do print summary, I could save this as a PDF, I could print it out, I can share that with people within the organization or with everyone that actually voted. If I then do create a summary link, we can copy that, and then we can go ahead and we can actually paste that into a browser, and we can see again those responses. So because it's updating real time, if it's something that you're doing within your office, maybe it's something like for a bit of fun, you could indeed share that on a big screen so people can see what's going on. We can see the voting that's in progress. So hopefully that's something that you could see that maybe you could use within your organization. Again, this is something that is for one question only. It does not go into CDS. It's something that's fantastic if you send out within your organization, because that card will be displayed within the email. People can vote from directly within their email. They don't have to go anywhere else to do it. So is this something that you think that you would use? Can you see sort of benefits within your organization for this? It's a bit of fun, but also can be really useful. So if you're planning some kind of night out within your company, you want to know where people would be interested in going, maybe to a restaurant, maybe some kind of event. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you think you might use this.
Hi, I'm Megan Walker. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something from it. If you don't want to miss out on any other content, you can go ahead and click on my face below to subscribe. And if you want to watch the next video, you can do that by clicking over here and go ahead and get started. Thanks again.